Hey, Tony guys is here, just popping in. Now, one of the things that I've been having to do lately, just because of how YouTube is working, is kind of teach lessons from the celebrity relationships that we see. And we had us one idiot that was asking, is this a gossip channel? No, this not gossip. Gossip is telling lies and stating stuff that you don't know what you talking about, and you just sharing, you making up stuff just to talk. What we doing is, this is an analysis channel where we analyze the imagery and the messaging that we have to see, so that instead of us just having one viewpoint on it and it affecting the way we live our lives, the way we move forward, because we understand how the mind works and we understand that what we see, what we hear does have an effect on us unless we directly refute it or correct it. So that's what we're doing here. Now, the thing about it is, it's lessons sometimes that's not even from the relationship. It's overall life lessons. And one of the lessons from Teyana is how she keep her business out of the streets. Now, they showed their relationship. They showed, that they was together, but she keep her business out of the streets. And once again, we have a situation where looks compatibility plays a part. Now, a lot of people don't realize this and understand this, but typically with professional athletes, because they make a lot of money, they go for a traditional, what they would call exotic look. And it's only the superstars that understand the benefits of not going after the exotic look, but more so going after a healthy, wholesome, realistic look. And that's really what an exotic, that word is subjective, but I'll give you an example. I coach athletes who earn over $30 million a year. And one of the prototypical types of women that they will describe is, they use the term exotic, and some say red, and they say long black hair with tan skin and colored eyes. So colored eyes being blue eyes, green eyes, and so on. So the reason, and my reasoning, and I'm gonna tell y'all, when I'm sharing these videos, listen, and you could sit for a second and just process and just look at your life and just look at your examples in life. None of what any of us say is 100% right. So that's understood. That's not even worth being stated. But from my reasoning, from what I've been doing for the last 13 years, working with multimillionaire men as a life coach, as a relationship coach, and sometimes as a matchmaker, I have found that the more money someone makes, the more they want to experience. So what that means is, if a man is a black man and he grew up without money, what he really was privy to is black women. And then as he built some stardom and he started to become popular in sports, he then became privy to women of other races. Because typically a woman of another race will only deal with a man of another race if he brings something to the table. It's very rare that a woman will step outside of her race for for just love. That does happen, but it's far less common. So my point being is that when a man becomes like a celebrity, or he becomes very known, he becomes very popular, then he starts to be able to get, let's say a black man, we'll just try to keep it simple. A black man will then be able to get a a Hispanic woman. Sometimes, of course, Hispanic comes before white because Hispanics have some black in them, whether they acknowledge it or not. Some Hispanics do have black in them. Someone will act like they don't, but that's neither here nor there. And then some Hispanics are raised in the same neighborhood with blacks. Sometimes they grouped in with blacks in the same type of neighborhoods, and so therefore the dating is more common than black and white. Black and white typically comes from if a white person lives in the same neighborhood as the black person, or when the black person has entered into another circle or another realm of what have you. And so someone like Iman Shumpert, his prototypical would be him being a multimillionaire when he got with Teyana. It would typically be the what I call olive tone woman, which is kind of like a dirty white. If he, and I'm just saying dirty white meaning like how they say dirty blonde. I'm not saying dirty in the literal sense, but I just mean like, bath water after you get out of like that kind of color. It ain't black. It ain't clear. It's got a little tint to it. So typically these guys, they want that color of a woman. The exceptions to the rule is like LeBron James, stuff like that. Chris Paul, stuff like that. That's just because where they at. But the rest of the guys, they want what they will call the fruit of their labor. Now I'm just reporting live. I'm not saying that this is right. I'm just reporting what's real. Point blank, pure odd. If you don't like it, scratch your booty, get glass, shut your mouth. So they will want that right there. And the reason being is the same reason why black people get a little money and want to eat cooked sushi. It's the same reason. Black people get a little money and then want to eat ahi tuna. Black people get a little money and instead of going to Atlanta on vacation or going to Miami on vacation or to Cancun, they want to go to Maldives when they get a little money. And so that's the same thing. It's just this black man, he grew up around black women. He been sleeping with black women, sleeping with black women, sleeping with black women. Of course, black girls when he was in high school. Black girl, black girl, black girl. Then he go to black women. And then he black women, black women. Then he'll start to go, okay, bounce around in whatever order that comes to him. Maybe Hispanic, maybe mixed, black and white, maybe Asian. And what he's doing is he's tasting the rainbow. He's tasting the rainbow. Now, Teyana Taylor is a one of one. So there's no other black woman the closest look would be like the older version of her would be like Angela Bassett. What I mean by one of one, I mean a woman who has a six-pack of abs. Who has a six-pack of abs, who has a very unique bone structure. She has a very unique bone structure. I don't know if she gets lip fillers at this point. She could because it's so common, but I feel like even from back in the day when I seen her, it looked like she had, lips. And if I'm remembering correctly, but her bone structure, so she would be like a model house. She'll be their dream, like the fashion model people, depending on her height. I don't know her height, but she is a one-on-one in her look because she just has a unique bone structure. And just, if we was in Africa, she would be front line with Woman King on Woman King because of just how naturally muscular her build is. Just she looked very athletic. Like if she wanted to, she could have been a pro athlete. She's a singer, she's a dancer, she's a creator, director. So that in itself also is very unique in the sense of you got this woman who she has a unique bone structure. She got a 6-pack of abs. She could sing. She could dance. She could dress her behind off. All this fashion, but she's not traditional. So she doesn't have the traditional black woman look, nor does she has an exotic look, but it's not what you would call a traditional exotic look based on how men describe it. And so so the thing is when they got together, it's kind of like when a man like to explore, I saw it as Iman exploring. But also he was in a space to where you got to realize athletics doesn't last forever. And he was never a superstar. He played with superstars, but he was never a superstar. So what a lot of women don't understand is that men also look for women who can be an asset. So Teyana Taylor, to somebody like Iman who does music, he's a rapper. So now this isn't just your everyday black celebrity woman. This is somebody who is like signed to Kanye West or working with Kanye West, working with big artists. So now this a foot in the door. So this is more beneficial because most men believe a marriage or relationship is a business deal. So now this more beneficial. And I'm not just talking about Iman and Teyana. So for those of y'all who just a little slow, understand that this is not a gossip channel. We just using the imagery, the representation to relate this to everyday life. So sometimes, so because I have to spell it out, because some people do not be understanding what we doing here. Let me spell this out, okay? Let me spell this out, okay? Let's say in Atlanta, Georgia, you are a woman and your dad is the manager for Future. And let's say you are like the home girl to all of the dudes. Like you everybody little sis. You everybody just homie. Like, but you super cool and all that. But it's just like dudes really don't be coming at you like sexual. But your daddy managed Future. Let's say this dude come up and this dude could have any woman he want. He could have any woman he want, but he got eyes for you. He got eyes for you, and you like, hold on now. Like, when do this type of dude really be checking for me? Like, yeah, I got homies like this, but when do this type of dude really be checking for me? And so you start kicking it with dude, you talking to him, boom. Y'all talking. Next thing you know, he say, hey, you know, I got this single I'm getting ready to drop. You know, I want you to hear it. Oh, you make music? Oh, okay, dope. That's dope. Okay. You make music. Your mom is a fashion designer. Your daddy managed artists. This dude, he love to dress. He got a jean line he wanna get out, but he also rap. But this is not the type of dude that normally come talk to you. Normally this dude have him a white girl, or he got him a Hispanic girl, or he got the girl with that big old booty or the big old chest. But like, you chill. Like you beautiful. Yeah, you could put on a prom dress. We taking it back to everyday life, like high school. This is where looks compatibility is formed. Somebody asked me to do a class on looks compatibility. I'm gonna do it for y'all eventually. I'm gonna help y'all understand this. But you have to be able to read people and be able to read the world and read society to understand looks compatibility. If you don't understand it, if it's over your head, I'm not gonna tell you to be quiet. I'm gonna tell you to shut up. okay? And just let us talk. Oh, he rude. I don't like him. I'm finna go back. I'm finna go out over here. See, this is why I like RC Blake. Because he calm and he nice and he like a grandfather. You know, he just want to talk to you real nice. Tony want to come over here. You come over here to Tony. He tell you to shut up. Yeah. God need both of us. You need the father figure and you need the brother figure. Your brother gonna tell you, shut up. Now, your father and your grandfather, oh, come on over here, baby, sit down. Now, let me talk to you. Now, let me help you understand something. You see what I'm saying? So, if my channel ain't the channel for you, go over there to my brother RC Blakes. And you get that right there, soft talk, nice, and all that right there. Okay? But now, if you got thick skin and you want to hear it blood raw, that's how I'm gonna give it to you. So now related to this, the same thing goes. Let me give y'all a couple more examples because this stuff be going over people's head. If let's say you work in corporate and you the VP. You the VP, you handle programming, you do all of that. And then here go this guy. Y'all got 2,000 employees. You are a beautiful woman, but your beauty is overlooked because you don't showcase it like all the other women be trying to overly showcase it. You like a diamond in the rough. And here come this dude now. This dude that you know he done slept with a lot of women. You know he got it. But he come to you and all of a sudden he got eyes for you. But his position, his title ain't where it need to be. And you could give him a promotion if you want to. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to looks compatibility. So when I seen Iman get with Teyana, I said, okay, this gonna have some hiccups in it because this not a looks compatible fit based on what he has access to and where he's at and based on what his type and his teammates and his industry is accustomed to. Teyana, she more real. She more real deal. She more like real and raw. Like, yeah, she might get down or whatever. She might do whatever, but she gonna be different. And so, because I can't remember if it was her who said on some interview that she did threesomes with him or something. I can't remember if that was her or somebody else. There'd be so many celebrities out here talking about their relationship. But she kind of kept it under wraps, and then they just would, every now and then, they showcase their relationship and the kids or what have you. But the thing about it is her look is unique. So to women, and this why y'all ladies, it don't do y'all no good to be talking about how y'all think a woman look because y'all are women. So it don't matter how you think a woman look. It's how men think a woman look because the man got to be with the woman. So Teyana look is unique in the sense of it's just she don't have a soft face. She have like cheekbones. She don't have a soft face. So you got to understand that if a man is arrogant, or when I say arrogant, just meaning he wealthy, he got access, he could touch anything he want to. If a woman don't have a soft face, and then she also have a short hairstyle, it's certain times to where with no makeup, with slob on the corner of her mouth, with coal in her eye, with a couple boogers in her nose, it's going to be a sight to behold. And if a man smokes weed, he drinks, he go to the strip club, he into all this type of stuff, he's not rooted and grounded with real substance. Because when a man have vices and stuff like a lot of pro athletes have, he gonna be more so fly by night. He gonna be like a leaf in the wind. He's not gonna really be rooted and grounded and be able to stand on real business. He kind of gonna be fluctuating in his ways, and his taste is gonna fluctuate, and he's gonna, when you got these vices and you got these different things, you're going to have an appetite for more. And so you're not just going to want this classic piece. You're also going to want the modern piece. You're going to want the high tech piece. You're going to want the hood piece. You're going to want the corporate piece. You're going to want all these different type of things, different type of tastes. But this one particular woman kind of is positioned as more of an asset than these other frills and thrills. So this one woman, she could get you plugged in. So now by partnering with her, now your brand could be exposed on a very high level because of her visibility and because of who she connected to. So now you're on the same level as J.R. Smith. You're on the same level as Kevin Love. But because you're with Teyana Taylor, I don't know how to say her name now, Teyana Taylor, now you're visible to Dancing with the Stars. Now you're visible to Kanye West. Now you're visible to the fashion houses. Now you're visible to another side of Hollywood because of this alignment. See, what people don't understand and what men don't admit in the industry and in this day and age, like the guy from Earn Your Leisure, Rashad, he said on a video, marriage is a business deal. And so he said that I had a video to say marriage is not a business deal because marriage should not be a business deal. But men and a lot of women believe marriage is a business deal. So a lot of people, I know a really rich white woman who married to, she rich because her husband rich, but she tell her clients that marriage is a business deal, that every man is gonna cheat. Don't worry about the man cheating. Worry about, do he got money and can he pay these bills? Because she more so of that, it's better to cry in a Bentley than it is to cry in a boo-boo. And so that's the thing. So people having this mentality. So what a lot of men gonna do is gonna be strategic. Cause you got to realize it's a lot of classy women. The same thing with like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. Dwayne didn't have to go get Gabrielle. He didn't have to be with Gabrielle. He could have got one of these executives of a Fortune 500 company who looked just like Gabrielle. Like, let's say that's his look. He could have got an executive, but when you are with somebody who's in the public eye, now they got the mattress commercial. So now they still touching millions through brand deals because both of them come from the public eye. That's why you have not seen LeBron James and his wife on a commercial together. They probably may have one out there somewhere, but they both not in the public eye. So his wife played a background because she a high school sweetheart. Same thing with Chris Paul. Chris Paul has a million commercials with State Farm, but we've never seen his wife in a State Farm commercial when he could easily put her in a State Farm commercial and put $1 million in her pocket that she earns from her own face, brand, name, image, and likeness, NIL, like the college kids got, but he's not putting her on. Instead, he putting his kids on. Whereas if he asked her, will you be in a commercial? I'm pretty sure she'll say, yeah, I'm cool with that. But he's not doing that because she's not in the public eye. She's a mom. She played a background. She managed the other stuff. She obviously do not desire to be out on the forefront. Whereas when you see Steph Curry, he took this woman that he knew from like college or high school or whatever it was, Aisha Curry, and he started putting her in position, and she got put in position because, being next to him. So now she done touched millions and millions and millions, and she end up being more booked and busy than Steph Curry. And she come from being a everyday woman. She wasn't a celebrity when Steph got with her. So, but Steph is rumored to be very faithful. Steph is rumored to be faithful, to live what he, presents. And so these men who have these big brands, they could put a wife on. If their wife is a everyday, behind the scenes person, they could put their wife on. Like, I can't put my wife on because I ain't got a big enough brand. But when I get a big enough brand, you best believe I'm gonna put her on if she want to be put on. Nah, she got put on with the book, with a woman's influence. And so she get a check from that. She is co-author from that. Well, the check come to my name because the book deal was my book deal, but they want the second book to be with her. So when the check come in, she get 50% of the check from a woman's influence. But she got out there that way. Before that, I had her write a little ebook. We wrote a little ebook. She wrote the ebook, but it was me kind of saying, hey, you should write this ebook. As y'all know, on Tony Gass's Academy, she done did some courses. So that's something kind of her stepping out there just a little bit, stepping out there a little bit. And then I'll make connections for her. I got a client who owns a fashion brand. She had a ticket to a fashion show. I said, hey, can we barter? And if you got a ticket to a fashion show, let's barter. I'll help you with your next book free of charge if you could get my wife into this fashion show. Big time fashion show. She gave my wife her ticket. So I take and put her on like that. See, when a man want to be put on, he'll marry a woman who could put them on. Put them on. And so with Teyana Taylor, she brings a unique advantage to Iman. And I'm not saying Iman is wrong for getting with her. I'm not saying that their meeting wasn't organic. I'm not saying she ain't shoot her shot to him, because she could have shot her shot to him. I don't know. But what I'm saying, for him to be with her, he had to see her strategic alignment, because he could have got a woman from his college. He could have got a woman from his high school. He could have got a woman from his hometown. It's not like there's not beautiful women on every level of life. So he didn't have to choose her, but he chose her. But here's the thing. Look, when it comes to looks compatibility, it's not a traditional match, because very rarely do black men who look like Iman who make millions, who was making millions, look for a black woman who looked like Teyana. And I'm not saying that he looked good, because I don't know what no good looking man looked like. And I'm not saying that she's unattractive. But what I'm saying is, if you go pull up NBA players and you look at their wives or their girlfriends, you won't see really probably almost any of them. You may see 10% or less that have a wife or a girlfriend that have Teyana Taylor unique features and build and so on. But what you're going to see most likely across the board, you're going to see a good amount of white women, a good amount of Hispanic women, a good amount of biracial women. And then when you see the black women, you rarely will see a celebrity black woman, except for Dwayne Wade, that we could think of off the top of the dome. Other than that, there's no. And then you had Lala with Carmelo Anthony, and again now they're a fit, but Lala is a fantasy. So that also plays into, when a man chooses a fantasy, it very rarely lasts, because fantasy and reality are not the same. So when a man chooses a fantasy and he gets to make that fantasy, so like Lala, from her being on MTV, I remember my homeboy, he was so into her. He was head over heels with her. Again, I'm going to make another example so y'all understand where I'm coming from. Devon Franklin with Megan Good. Megan Good is a fantasy for men. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Gabrielle Union is a fantasy for men. Teyana Taylor is a fantasy for men. There's less than 1% of men get to sleep with a woman with a six-pack of abs, because doctors say a woman should not have a six-pack of abs. They said that a woman's body is not built to have a six-pack of abs. But when she works out extremely hard and she eats a certain way or she built a certain way, then it's possible. But I just seen a doctor say online, and the reel kind of went viral. He was saying a woman should not have a six-pack of abs. So therefore, most men never get to experience a woman with a six-pack of abs. With all that I did out there in the streets, I never experienced a woman with a six-pack of abs. And so that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not something. So that makes Teyana Taylor also a fantasy. And so now that she announced her and Iman has been separated, any and every man who is a celebrity with money who don't know Iman personally, they in them DMs. Their DM might be dry at the very moment, but I don't even doubt they dry right now. They might be dry only out of respect for her to give her some time, a little more time to heal. But when the boy feel like Teyana is healed, you hear me? You see how Jonathan Majors slid in the home plate with Megan Good? It's finna be a lot of men sliding in the DM. You hear me? They finna be like this home plate. What Teyana? Home plate. She finna have the pick of the litter. But now, at the same time, they showed a little video. They showed a little video of Iman Shumpert with a young lady. And what does she look like? The prototypical mixed race, Hispanic. What I was trying to tell you, like, that skin color, the lips, the lashes, the all this, the typical thing that guys from that industry go for. The women who look like they trying to replicate Kim Kardashian or something like that. It's just a typical look to where most women, even black women, are trying to replicate Kim Kardashian because she came out the gate with the most fame. She turned the sex tape into success. She got the most fame. She got the most money. She got the most attention from men. When men are not really honest publicly about how we view Kim Kardashian, we don't say it publicly, but men amongst ourselves, we know exactly how we view her and how we feel about her. And it's across the board. Christian, non-Christian, white, black, all men feel the same. That's what I try to tell women, because women come on here and they think they know it all. Oh, you're just one man. You're just speaking from your experience. It's two types of men. There are two types of men. Grown boys and grown men. When I'm speaking, I guarantee you I will put everything on it. I am speaking for millions of men. Now, granted, there will be millions of men who feel the opposite, but it's two types of men. Grown boys and grown men. Grown men do not come in the comments disagreeing with me. Grown boys do. And that's what you got to understand. Because me being married of 16 plus years, I'm a grown man. That's a difference. So what I want you to understand is, just like I said, now if Iman Shumpert being with Teyana Taylor was authentic and organic from his side, the woman that he dealing with, the women he dating, the women he hanging with, the women he dealing with, the women that he being seen in videos with, they will look like Teyana Taylor. Now, yes, I said she's one of one, but what I mean is there's still black women, meaning her complexion with a great physique, that with a unique bone structure that is beautiful in its own right, in its own way, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There are a lot of women like that, and a lot of them, they run track. Most of the women that's like a Teyana Taylor, they run track. They run track. You're going to have some, they're not WNBA, not really soccer. Soccer even, soccer close, but they're a little more rounded off. Teyana Taylor have like a track athlete. When I say track athlete, it could even be the 800 meter, the 400, not as much the 100, but some 100 runners gonna be like that. 4x100, hurdles. That's Teyana Taylor type of build, except for I don't know her height. She could be, I don't know how tall she is. So that's and then of course the women in the fitness industry and all of that. They are out there. If Teyana Taylor is truly his type. So let me help you understand. When a man have a type now, and this type of woman is not an experiment, then his women gonna look the same. So like, prime example, Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush was with Kim Kardashian for whatever reason. They broke up. Reggie Bush next woman, I don't know if that's his wife or not, looked like a Kim Kardashian clone. That's what I mean. So if Teyana Taylor is truly Iman's type, he gonna end up being with a woman who looked like another version of her. And that may end up being the case, because the woman that they showed, she could just be a homegirl. It don't mean nothing. So this is what you have to realize and understand when it comes to looks compatibility, because this is deeper than just the look. It also is a heart's posture. It's also a mindset. So in order to make a relationship last, the heart and the mind have to be in the right place. So somebody get together and they say, oh, this is an interesting exploration. This is an interesting dynamic that we have here. But a heart and a mind is not in the right place and they just experimenting. They're not going to be able to make that last. And y'all forgive me, my wife's been coming here, standing up here, while shooting video and throwing me off. I'm not doing anything. Just your presence. Cause what you doing? You don't even listen to videos. I know. So what you doing? You throwing me off. I'm talking about Iman, Shumpert, and Teyana Taylor with a lot of respect, and just kind of breaking it down. A little looks compatibility. You know what? Me and you looks compatible. You moved up in the... I moved up. Yeah. That's what they told me. A lady told me in the comments yesterday, Tony, you a strong 6. I said, boy. She told me I'm a 6. And then they talking about, yeah, Tony, you upgraded. Your wife look way better than you. I'm like, what the... see, I said, that's that rankle. And the hairline. Hey, listen. With the shirt and all that, what we were talking about with the tuck and all that. Yeah. Yeah, let's not. I like it. Yeah, let's not. Yeah. Can you finish your video? I can't finish the video with you in here. You throwing me off. Hey, babe, that shirt hard. Hey, I thought that was one for me. No. Ain't that the one I tried on? No, you tried a different one. I had to take that one back though, cause it was the same color. But that's not it? No. Where's that? I don't know. Maybe it isn't. That is it, because there was only one. That thing look good. Hey, yeah, let me have that, though. No, you already take all of my hats. It look good? Just so y'all know, every cool hat that y'all think is nice, it's mine. I told her that. Okay, I told her. Again. I don't take credit for stuff. Yes, you do. I told him that's your hats. Now, I got some hats on my own, but no, all the trucker hats and my wife hat. Y'all got to forgive me. So, video was over. Train of thought. I lost my whole train of thought. It just, when that level of just, beauty and stuff like that, walk in the room and just love and just beauty and just, and see, this is the thing. Remember I tell y'all when I met my wife, she didn't have a booty. My wife have a booty now because she did fitness competing and all they focused on was glutes. Stairmaster, lunges, squats. So what it does, even though she was, light, meaning in her weight, she was like 125 pounds, and she like 5'7", 5'8", she 5'7" ish. Even though she was light in weight, it built the glute muscle. So then when she had Tatum and she was able to get a few more blessed pounds from Tatum, it still filled out in there. So now, and that's why I know also the Lord care about our heart. And that's why I try to tell you though, sometimes you don't get your desires right out the gate. You got to trust them. So that's why I try to tell the women too. Your man might have a little gut on him right now, but when he get with you and he go to working out and he all that gut might become a 6-pack of abs. And now you got this guy that you said is amazing, but you ain't like his stomach. Now he amazing with the body, and vice versa. So that's why I try to tell y'all, focus on character. But back to what I was saying, to be honest with you, Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert was another relationship that I said I don't think they would last because of their age when they got together, their ages, and because of the industry. And if I'm not mistaken, I feel like I almost remember her saying that they was having threesomes at some point. I cannot remember. Please forgive me if I'm mistaken, if she didn't say that on the Breakfast Club. But if that is true, then, and she did say infidelity wasn't one of the reasons, but if she said threesome, then you don't need infidelity. Like, that is still cheating. Like, it's just cheating with permission. But if that's not the case, that they didn't ever try that, and I'm gonna tell you also, infidelity could be a reason for a relationship ending and the woman not know it, and also, or them not expressing it or sharing it because it's embarrassing. But infidelity can be a reason, because infidelity could be happening and one person not know. But what infidelity leads to is irreconcilable differences. So every other reason that you would have to divorce comes from infidelity. So your communication breaks down, your understanding breaks down, your compatibility breaks down, things could get physical, or you may get distant. And that is a byproduct of infidelity. But not all the time does the woman know that there was infidelity. She just thinks that, oh, this was like a season and we just grew apart. No, there was infidelity. But you just weren't checking phones, or it was happening on the bat phone that is kept at the office, at the podcast space, or at the homeboy house, or under the car seat, tucked in somewhere, so you don't know of the infidelity. But the breakdown in communication, and I ain't talking about Iman and Teyana, I'm just using a relationship example, but it could also apply to them, but we don't know their business. But the breakdown in communication, the breakdown in understanding, the breakdown in chemistry, the breakdown in relatability, in mindset, growth mindset versus fixed mindset, all of that is a byproduct of infidelity. A lot of people try to say finances is a reason for divorce. Nobody has ever gotten divorced over finances. The tension that finances cause comes from infidelity, even though the infidelity is not known about. Because money is money. Like, money it's inconsequential. It's here and there. It comes and goes. You can't take it with you. Like, nobody leaving a whole soulmate over money. That's the dumbest thing ever, that people say who they never been in love. So money was never the reason for a divorce, ever. But that's what financial people are gonna tell you. because that's what people gonna put on the paper, because don't nobody want their friends and family to know that they divorcing for infidelity. So if I'm finna go through a divorce, I'm finna say it's money. I'm not finna tell you that my wife cheated on me or I cheated on her. I'm finna tell you it's irreconcilable differences. Cause so the same way Teyana came out and said, we done been separated, we just ain't had y'all in the group chat, but I'm just letting y'all know because the rumor's starting to get out of hand, and now I'm taking y'all back out the group chat. So if she telling us directly that they ain't have us in the group chat, then what make us think she gonna come out and bash the father of her child if he did cheat? That ain't how that work. Ain't nobody finna come out and just tell they all they business unless they vindictive, and she obviously is not vindictive because she could have took a whole nother approach to this. But also what she gonna be able to use with that post is to kind of go to him and say, now do you see how stupid you making me look? Because you out with these bitty boppers and you got these women with their phone on. It's like, let's get all the way through this separation before you out with bollywoppers who got their phone on and recording stuff with your necklace on. Like, come on, bro. Really? So she gonna get to be able to go to him and say that. And because now it's looking like she had to come out and put this message out there, which that is, if this separation was supposed to be a secret, then that is dumb of him to be with a woman, whether it's a friend or not, to be with a woman who gonna be on her phone and recording stuff and then playing a song. And the song that the lady was playing in the video that one of y'all sent me, was that Teyana Taylor song? I don't know. I don't know. And if it was, now that's real low down, but I don't know if it was. But I say that to say, you got to understand looks compatibility, because looks compatibility, although this is not about being superficial, although this is not about superficiality, it just represents something else. So the same way the clothes we put on, the way we do our hair, those things have a representation in our life. And so who we connect with and what we really want and who we really want and the reasons why we may be connecting with this person, that most of us, if there's a advantage in there for us, if there's something else in there for us, most of us will never admit it. And I remember I had a celebrity client who, she was looking for a husband, and she had dated around in different, industries, different categories. And I remember there was another category, another industry, celebrity industry she hadn't dated in. And I hit somebody up, a dude in that industry. And I was like, hey, do you know any single guys? And he was like, yeah, this guy, this guy, this guy. She Googled all the guys, and I'm telling this story just because she turned out to be, real nasty and just real, low down and shady and kind of usury type. And of course, I ain't saying names, but she took and went through the guys, and the guy that she said was butt ugly, that made her throw up in her mouth, when she looked at his salary, she changed the whole thing. And she actually went and connected with him and had a baby by him. And so I say that to say that men and women in the industry in Hollywood a lot of times have motives when they get with somebody, for connections, for positioning. And very rarely is it completely authentic and organic. But what I want you to understand is, you got to know your positioning. You got to know your positioning. So like that lady who probably looked like the bottom of a shoe the other day in the comments, she ain't had no picture. She probably looked like the bottom of a shoe, gonna tell me that I'm a 6. So let's say I'm a 6, all right? And I believe I'm a 6. I believe I'm a 6. But I know beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Looks, it's in the eye of the beholder. So I know to some women, I may be a 7. To some women, I'm gonna be a 8. Now, depending on what a woman look like and what she come from around. So if she from around this, if she from this little small town that where all the cousins sleep together, and so the men is coming out and they having, certain deformities or certain issues with them, then she may say I'm a 10. She might call me a 12, depending on where she from and what she done been around, what she done seen. So, like that lady called me a 6. If, God forbid, something happened with my marriage and I was on the market, I would then have to be very mindful because of my positioning. So if I am a millionaire, and if I am, let's say I own a publishing company and I'm producing films, and this woman who looks like no other woman that has ever been interested in me, she comes into my DM and she made like she want to talk business. She want to have a coach session, but then I realized she kind of being soft on me, and she got the hots for me, but she's an aspiring actress, an aspiring author, and she's sleeping on her friend's couch. And if she see me as a millionaire, now she's not coming to be with me for me. She's coming to be with me for what I could do for her. So she will overlook the fact that all her exes was 6'2" and taller, and I'm 5'10". She'll overlook the fact that all her exes had a full hairline, and or that they was muscular or had all these muscles, or this jawline, and here I got a round circle face, big eyes, heavy set bags under my eyes. She'll overlook all of that because of what I could do for her, the position I could put her in. And so as you start to really analyze these relationships, once again today, the tables are turning and men are getting with women for a come up. And the reason how men could get with women for a come up, and I say this like even on your everyday level, meaning that you're not a celebrity. If you're an everyday woman, but you got an amazing job, or you got an amazing house, or you got an amazing car, or you connected, or your daddy somebody, your brother somebody, you have to be very careful who wants you, because they may not want you for you. And if they don't look like what you used to, then you got to have your eyes open. It's the same thing with what people be saying, how they be going in on certain celebrities men's daughter, and how the celebrity man daughter may look spoiled or whatever, meaning she might not be cute, but she may have money. And then here come this guy who got a big name, or he look a certain way to where other women who are quote unquote prettier than this celebrity man's daughter, other women would want this man. Women who are seen as prettier would want this guy, but that guy don't want them pretty women. He got eyes for this celebrity man's daughter because of this celebrity man's daughter's positioning. And so a man will leave his whole wife and go get with a woman because of her positioning. And that's what I try to tell y'all. And that's why I really can't have friends in the industry, and I can't really connect, because I have to bring the truth forward. And so just like what I was telling y'all with TD Jake's daughter, who just filled up that center, and she had Devon Franklin speak at the thing. She had Anthony O'Neal speak at the thing. Now, it's nobody in the world gonna tell me that Anthony O'Neal and Devon Franklin both are more anointed than me or have more wisdom than me. And she knows exactly who I am, and I know her husband, Torrey Roberts, and I spoke at his church 3 times. But the reason why I don't deal with Torrey no more is because he divorced his wife to be with Sarah. And I don't get down like that. I don't believe in that. Like, it's a lot of single women like that follow me online that I could go position myself with, and I could get with them, and I could divorce my wife. I could take any problem me and my wife have. And me and my wife has had several problems that I could have took that problem and used that as a reason for divorce. And then I could go align myself and position myself with one of my celebrity followers that I have talked to, and know that they're single and know that they're positioned. So if you go on my Instagram and you click on my followers and you scroll through my followers, you're going to see women who have 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 8 million, 10 million followers, and they single, and they pretty, and they got money, and they position. I could ride any problematic wave that me and my wife have into a divorce, take me 6 months to a year off, and then go align myself and position myself with one of these women. But I would never do that. If my wife divorced me, I will be single and live like Apostle Paul for the rest of my life. Because if I could meet a woman as amazing as my wife and not be able to make it work, I don't want to try it. I don't want to give it another shot. I don't want to meet another woman. I don't want to date another woman. And I put that on everything I love. I will be single for the rest of my life. And I will be abstinent, and I will be single, and I literally will be the second coming of Apostle Paul. But pray for a different ending, which I have a different ending because I never persecuted Christians. And so, and we don't live in that day and time that, well, I have to get my head chopped off for God. And so, well, I don't know, 50 years from now, what it'd be like. But you see what I'm trying to tell you? So I'm just being honest. I'm being real with you. A lot of times people don't understand. People be like, well, how Tony got 3.5 million people online, and these certain individuals, they done brought this person up there and this person up there and this person up there, but they overlooking Tony Gaskins. It's because of what I stand on. It's because I stand on principles. And a lot of people don't stand on principles. So that's why I can't even really have no team or no podcast producer or all of this, because so many people is worried about being teamed up. So many people is worried about being clicked up, being anything. But my thing is, if you don't stand on principles, and this is the thing, had Torre come to me and said, well, Tony, I know you personally, you my boy. I spoke at his church 3 times. I didn't even know that he was going through a divorce. Had he come to me and say, this what happened, this why then I won't have understanding, and I could have gave grace. But for me, with my vision, with my eyes, with how I move, with what I know, I already know what I know, and I believe he know I know what I know, and that's why no explanation was ever given to me. And then when I talk to other people, and that's why I explain that I'm putting that out there, because a lot of times people, they don't understand, and they don't know, and they don't really look within. See, I look within. I'm not just finna look at this couple and be like, oh, this a power couple. Oh, this couple's goals. No, I'm gonna say how they got together. Who is this man? Who is this woman? What's her past? What's his past? How they come together. And so today, men are going and preying on women who got a brand, who got a platform, who got a position, who got connections. And they never wanting these women from the start. They wanting these women to get in position. And that's why the relationships do not last. They trying to do an intersection. They trying to cross over. That's the same reason Boobie Gibson did not last with Keisha Cole. The same reason Shannon Brown did not last with Monica. Because these guys tried, and then what did Iman try to do? Try to do another music crossover, just like Boobie Gibson and Shannon. And it don't work because the intention is not pure. The intention has to be pure. You got to go in with pure intention. And if you got pure intentions, you can make it work with somebody who is a millionaire. So now that take money off the table. Money not even a problem. Somebody who got access, somebody who got connections, somebody who got gifts, got talents, got a heart. It's like the same things you're gonna go through with a woman who is not a celebrity. You're gonna go through those same things with this woman, but now with this woman, you got access to the best therapists in the world, the best life coaches in the world. You got access to go to a retreat, 5 nights, 7 nights, you and your partner. Like, you got to access to fix and to work on things. You got to access to get off the map because you got money coming in. Like, you got to access to where you don't have to go punch nobody clock every day, like everyday Americans. So it's a different situation. But here's the thing is, I'm going into a season to where I'm finna be in rare form like I've never been before, because it's time to draw a line in the sand. But we got so many people that wanna kiss booty, and we got so many people that want to suck up and that want to partner up and want to be associated in a line and don't want to stand on nothing. We ain't got people that want to stand on morals, on values, on character. We don't have that no more. We got people who just want to be associated so that they could get money and so that they could get fame. Me, I care more about principle. I care more about morals. I care more about values. I care more about heart. I care more about intention. That's the things that I care more about. And so that's why I have to speak on these things to let people know that you can't see these celebrity relationships go down the drain and then lose hope. And so for people who come on here and be like, oh, Tony, this is a gossip channel now. And oh, why are you speaking on celebrity business? Because these celebrity failures in relationships are literally making people say, I'm going to just stay single the rest of my life, because if this beautiful couple can't make it work, what hope do I have? There are literally, if not millions, hundreds of thousands of people that's what they walk away with. That's literally, and that is the intention and the goal of the devil, to steal, to kill, and destroy. So that is why he has these celebrities in our face, and they playing in our face, and they gaslighting us, and they showing us all this beautiful, 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 and they doing TikToks together, they doing Halloween costumes together, they doing books together, they doing tours together, they doing videos together, they doing e-reels, they doing all this stuff, they doing all this business together, and they making themselves look like relationship goals, and then they end up failing. So this is what this represents is how the devil works. The devil will take you to the top of the mountain and let you see the view and let you get comfortable and let everybody look up to you. Let everybody look up to you and let everybody start to worship you and to idolize you and to praise you. And then when you're not looking, when you don't expect it, the devil puts his foot in your back and he kicks you off the mountain. And everybody who was looking up to you, idolizing you, worshiping you, envying you, wanting to be you, emulating you, they watch you fall from grace. They watch you fall to your proverbial death. So now what are you going to do? And I want you to literally picture this. Literally picture you being in the valley and you looking up to the top and you see this person. What are you doing in that moment? You admiring this person. You like, wow, you so strong, you so amazing, you so tough, you so smart, you so this, you so that. How did you get up there? How did you climb? Like, how did you get there? They didn't climb. They were airlifted by the devil. And then when they get kicked off, what are you going to do? Oh, you packing your stuff, and if you at a little valley on the climb, you going down further. If you ain't started to climb, you ain't even finna start to climb, because you just saw them fail. You just saw them fail. FAIL and FELL. You saw them fail. And so now you not finna watch somebody fall from the top of the mountain and say, I want to climb that mountain. You're going to say, I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to go right over here to this hill. That was nice. I'm going to stick right on over here this side of Runyon Canyon. I'm good. That's what you're going to say. That's what the adversary knows. So that's why he takes and he starts to play with people's emotions and play with people's relationship and play with their mind, play with their heart. He start to get in there and cause these irreconcilable differences. Get in there and cause this communication breakdown. This emotional breakdown, this mental breakdown, this financial breakdown, whatever kind of breakdown it is, because the goal is to destroy it. He tried it with me and my wife's marriage. He tried it with me, and he tried it by jumping on my back, hitting me with spiritual warfare, attacking me. And then when he attacked me, then the next thing you know, he attacked the devil. See, this stuff is spiritual. A lot of people don't realize it. A lot of people don't understand it. But then the Lord showed me, because God, the Bible says God tempts no man, But wherever there's a temptation, there's a way of escape. So God showed me what the devil goal was, what the adversary was trying to do. Because imagine all this talking that I'm doing, if me and my wife go through a divorce. Imagine what that would do. Now, we not even gonna speak that. We ain't even claiming that. Don't even comment on that. It ain't even worth commenting on it. And I'm telling you not to comment on it because we ain't even trying to put that out there. But I'm still a realist. I'm still a realist. And so, but I want you to picture that though, so you understand that that's the level of spiritual warfare that the devil try to thrust me and my wife into. That's why I protect her name like that. That's why I protect her the way I protect her. That's why I'm not forcing my wife to write books and forcing my wife to, like the publisher asked her to write A Woman's Influence with me and she agreed to do it. But if she said, I don't want to do it, I would have told her, you ain't got to do it. That's why me and my wife don't do a tour together. That's why we don't have a podcast together, because I don't want to ask her to do something that she's not asking to do. People say, can your wife do this? Can your wife do that? Can your wife? No, I'm not going to do that, because you see what happened to these relationships when both people are front facing, when both people on the front line, when both people on in the beginning. And the thing about it is, there's other couples out here that is going down this same path. And when you're going down this path, you got to have your loins girded about you. When you're going down this path and you want to write books together, you want to do podcasts together, I want you to go identify the couples. Identify the couples that's writing books together, that's doing podcasts together, that's doing couples reels together, that's doing couples YouTube, that's doing couples. Every single one of them couples will be under extreme spiritual attack. They're going to be under extreme spiritual attack. And any kinks in the armor, you got any addictions, you got any vices, that is a hole, that's a kink, that's an area that the adversary can slip in and he can unravel and destroy your relationship. When you want to be in the public eye, you got to have God at the center, and you got to be locked all the way in 100%. And so that's why I try to tell y'all that short that I did, where I said, if a man smokes weed, gambles, gets drunk, watches porn, goes to the strip club, any vice that a man has, it is going to increase his likelihood of being unfaithful. Go look up that video. It's so many people in the comments telling me I'm lying, telling me I'm generalizing, telling me I ain't making no sense. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And when you look at it, I'm going to tell you, a lot of these men who going through a divorce, they all, when you look at it, y'all don't get to look at it because y'all not in the industry like I am. You're not behind closed doors like I am. So what I do is, and that's, I can't speak on everything that I know. So that's why it'd be a lot of idiots coming on here, Tony, you talking like you know these people business. You don't know what I know. You don't know what I know. Because every single day I'm talking to somebody who is having a dealing or had a dealing with a public facing person, with a celebrity that you follow online. And I know their deepest, darkest secret because I am a life coach to celebrities. So I can't speak on those things. But if you're going to go to a life coach, I'm going to be on the short list. When you looking at black life coaches, I'm going to be on the short list. I might not be the one that they go to. They may go to a single relationship coach just because that's where their comfort level is. But when they come to me, I have to keep everything confidential. But this how I know what I be talking about, because I know how stuff get down. I know how stuff get down. I know how it go down in the circles in the industry. And so this what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to give you a little heads up so that you understand you have to stop putting your hope and your trust and your belief into people. You cannot believe in somebody's marriage if you don't sleep in their bed. And that's going to destroy their marriage anyways. So therefore, you cannot believe in marriage through or because of anyone. You have to believe in it because of you, because you want it. You got to believe in it because you know God, and you know God is love, and you know God is real, and you know God is a provider. God can sustain you. That's why you believe in it. Don't believe in marriage and love because of me and my wife. Don't believe in marriage and love because this other speaker or other pastor or other coach and his wife. Don't believe in love because of anybody else other than because you are love, and because you desire love and you deserve love, and you know God is love, and you worship and you serve God. So this is the thing. When you see these couples go through a divorce, if you don't see both of them being sold out to God, then that's why they went through a divorce. That's why they went through a divorce. God is love. God got to be at the center. And both people got to be sold out and completely 100% devoted to God and the things of God in order for it to last. So, hey, it's Tony Gasson. I'm just popping in here, letting you know, got to get on off of here, upload this. And this thing real, man. This thing really real. And I had to, touch on some things just because I want people to know the behind the scenes. A lot of times people look and be like, oh, well, Tony, why you wasn't that mega fast? Why you wasn't that woman evolve? Why you wasn't that this right here? Why you wasn't that invest fast? Why you wasn't that this right here? It's because I don't align with nobody. I don't align with nobody. I don't be trying to collaborate with nobody because when it's all said and done, I got to stand on business. And just like I did a seminar in New York, and come to find out, my suspicions was made true. The gentleman who hired me for the thing, he found out about me from his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend is the one who told him about me. They broke up for whatever reason, and now I'm standing beside him. So she one of my YouTube subscribers. So now, if let's say more happened than what I was told, now how is she going to feel if her online advisor is now partnering with her ex, when the ex was not checking for me or did not know nothing about me other than because of her? So a lot of times when men come to collaborate with me, 9 out of 10 times, it's because their ex is liking my post or commenting on my videos. And so that's why I'm very careful about alignment, because I'm not here to gaslight nobody. I'm not here to alienate nobody. I'm not here to make anybody feel alone. I'm here to help. I'm here to grab your hand, pull you up out that miry clay, pull you up out that mud. I'm here for you to get on your feet. So I told the young man, yeah, I'll mentor you. But I say, let me ask you this question. And I asked him straight up. I say, how do you think she feels about you booking me to speak when she the one that told you about me? And he said, I don't know how she feels. I didn't ask her how she feel. We haven't talked. And I said, I bet she feel like you gaslighting her. And he's like, well, I don't know if she'll feel like that. I don't think she'll feel like that. I think she might be happy that I'm talking to you. And I said, okay, all right. But that also was another lesson to me. It was another reminder to me. So guess what? Now, when a woman or a man reach out to me for an event, one of my questions in the questionnaire is going to be, how did you hear about me? It's going to be, does your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend or your ex-wife or your ex-husband, do they follow me? And me, I'm transparent with it. I may ask them, okay, well, who are they? What's their social media? If I go to their social media and they follow me, and I done seen this happen, there's been celebrity men, I ain't gonna say the name because he really up right now, but there's been celebrity men who have done their woman wrong, and their woman is reposting me, liking my stuff, sharing my stuff. They'll go and come in the comments and say, hey, Tony, give me a call. So now what that does is it shows the woman, oh man, I can't even support Tony no more. I can't even, because now he finna be dealing with my ex-husband, dealing with my ex-boyfriend, dealing with my ex-fiance. And 9 out of 10 times when guys come to support, that's why it be. And so when guys come to me and tell me, oh, why you don't do this and why you don't do that and why this and why that, is because 9 out of 10 times when guys come to me, they be full of it. They be having an agenda. And they be coming to me for the same reason that guys today is preying on women. Guys be coming to me to prey on me. They want to, get something from me or do this or do that or do that. It don't be no organic, authentic, let's build, let's get better. No, they thinking about money. They thinking about fame. They thinking about position. And I'm like, I can't give it to you. I can't bring you to where I'm at. I had to climb. I had to grind and I had to climb. And God put me here because he know this the level he can trust me on. I'm going to be way bigger. But I got to show God first I can handle it. Handle the money, handle the fame, handle the name, handle the exposure. And as we show God what we can handle, he elevates us because he will not put more on us than we can bear. So therefore, if you are somebody and you got 1,000 followers, I can't bring you to 3.5 million because you got to grind, because it's lessons that you learn in the climb. It's stuff at 3.5 million people online that will make you want to blow your brains out if you only used to having 1,000 people online, because them comments get different. People try you different. People come at you different. People talk about you. People talk about your family. I had to cuss a woman out the other day without cursing. I cussed out without using cuss words because she came and disrespected my wife in the comments. And so I ripped her a new one. One day y'all gonna see a compilation of me ripping people a new one on one of the one of the gossip sites on Instagram, and they're gonna be like, this how Tony Gaston talk to people. And when they release that, I'm gonna stand on it. I'm gonna say, absolutely. I absolutely talk to you just like that. Because if you come to me disrespecting me, I'm finna throw it right back in your face, and then I'm going about my business. Point blank, period. Don't try me. Don't think that just because I'm online that you could come and just say anything to me directly. Now, if you want to do a video about me over there on the side, okay, that's you. That's over there. But don't come to my page in my comments and think you finna just cap off at the mouth and not get checked. No. Disrespect get checked over here. 8B. You hit me? Hey, point blank, period. Hey, this Tony Gaston. God bless you. We'll talk soon.